Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris from New York, Westchester County. It's 2/19/22. The reason why I published that or posted it, fuck. I figured I'd cozy up to a nice 80s song. When I grew up, there was no MTV. You just heard the musician, and there was no video at all or anything like that. I'm gonna date myself, but it didn't really come out until like 80. I think it was 82 or 83, where they were actually starting to publish videos, and the musicians were publishing videos. And when you see the musicians finally publishing videos, and you find out how fake they are and how much bullshit that they've been through, because all of them have heartache stories. Every single fucking musician, every single fucking actor has come up with some stupid story that's made up, and it's all bullshit. Oh, I grew up here, I grew up there, I had 5 brothers who used to beat me, this one hurt me. I mean, it's all fabricated nonsense with the backgrounds of all of these famous people, because it's all bullshit. There's not one single regular person I know. Maybe Robin Williams, who's dead, obviously, and I think maybe he came from a middle-class family, and it was a regular, I don't even know how the fuck I get into this shit. It doesn't make it... Look, these... Keep your kids at a public school. All right? So just keep them out of public schools. I didn't go to a public school. They confuse you. The teachers are, whether they're liberals, Republicans, Democrats, it doesn't fucking make a difference who these people are, but they're pumping these children information in their heads that are confusing them, and they don't know who they are. Forget about the face masks, which is going to be lifted shortly here in New York, but it's just that it's gotten so bad now. I didn't even realize with that video, how bad it was back in the 80s. I mean, really. Look, I can care less about your gender. I can care less about that. Just don't feed it to my children. Okay? All right? Do whatever the fuck you want. I could care less. But I don't want... Fuck it. I don't care. Anyway, how you doing? Everything's good? Yeah, well, everything's great on this side, on this end. I can tell you what I'm doing, but I don't want to brag about it. Buying a membership at a country club that I've been saving up all year for. Hard working money. And that's what's in here. And that's going to pay for a year membership at this particular country club. Because I earn my money. I just hope my daughter understands, and she will. But I'm in so deep right now, beyond any rabbit hole you could possibly imagine. Where I know everything is fake at this point, and it sucks. And I think the people really have a big problem saying goodbye to their younger self, shall we say. That you look at yourself, have you changed since you become a flat earther? And then how you were before a flat earther, and how inconsiderate you were and obnoxious, you know. And then you realize that the earth is flat, that we're all here together. People have a tough time saying goodbye to that other self. And that's why I think there's so many people that are out there that just hate flat earthers, because they just can't make that transition into flat earth and saying goodbye to their old self, because that's who you were, and this is who you are now. And you'll see a major change with not only respect for others and just everything, you know. You know that. I mean, you look at these buildings that were built 700 years ago. Here in America, we were sitting there 100 years to 200 years ago with a fucking light that was in a candle inside of a room. Meanwhile, we could build all these reservoir systems that are so complicated you couldn't even figure it out right now. I've already tried to go in and find out about this, and they won't even let me in there. I have a DEP license, and they won't even let me in there, which is great. It's just ridiculous. I mean, you can't even investigate anything. You can't investigate anything at all. And why the fuck are you wearing a face mask out? Okay, sorry. I'm sorry about that. How's the face? Good? Nice. Stinks. But it's good for you. Don't worry about it. I mean, it's very, you gotta put that cloth on. It doesn't really make a difference. N95, I-95. Fuck it is. Jesus. How is okay. All right, how's that shot doing? Good. But wait a minute. You got sick? How? Why? I thought you got the shot. Oh, and you also got the booster too. And you still got sick? That's all right though, And you got sick when you got the booster, because the booster gave you the sickness inside of you. So you spent the weekend sick, and then you got sick again after getting it. So what's the point? Every year people go through this shit. Every fucking year with the flu shot, they get the shot, and then all of a sudden some idiot scientist or doctor comes up and says, you know what, that was the wrong strain that we didn't really know, and you should take another shot, because I mean it's endless. Pharmaceutical companies have made trillions of fucking dollars. You know who's made money in this epidemic? Are the billionaires who are now trillionaires, and the pharmaceutical companies that are now trillionaires. I just looked up the stock of Pfizer. It just went up 48%. And it was shit. It was like nothing years ago. So you tell me, are you making the right decision? Or you're endangering... Oh, you see, I almost did it. Fuck you, too. Oh, I just can't speak my fucking mind anymore with this goddamn censorship and this bullshit that we all know that it's fake. We've known this from the fucking beginning. No one's listened to me. They all went through the motions, and they've all done what they had to do. And they're still getting sick. And I was ridiculed because I stood my ground, and I still do. And I still am. You'll never inject me with any fucking thing unless if I'm passed out and dead. And then it doesn't make a difference, right? That so many people tell me, you know, you're risking your life. What? I've risked my life for a year and a half before any of this was even fucking fabricated at all. Just like everybody else did. They were out there. Helped everybody. But now, don't worry. Keep your ground. It's all about to come to an end. And I'm glad I did. I stood strong. I made my way. And I dealt with the hardship and the nonsense that everybody around me, all my family members, everybody. And you should stand your ground too. Because this is all going to come to an end. And we're going to be able to look back at this day and say, you know what, it's done. We're finished. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos and letting me be a part of your life.